Hello, everybody, and welcome to this first Upgrade Your Lunch Break. From now on, every Monday, I will share one insight, an insight that I got in the week before. It can be an insight that I got from myself, or it can be an insight from one of my coaching clients, where I suddenly saw his eyes sparkle, and that I know from, okay, this is a good insight. And today I'm going to talk about the insight that, the fact that we are all struggling. At this moment, I am struggling for myself. I'm struggling a lot, actually. And probably you are struggling too. Probably you have some worries too. And that's just a fact. We all have those worries. Now, why is it important to talk about the fact that we're all struggling? Well, we're all connected with people around us. And if we want to be effective in reaching what we want to reach, we have to take care about the people around us. So if we can do that in a good way and can build a good empathic connection with the people around us, it will go all a lot more smooth. Now, like I said, you have worries, you're struggling, I have worries, I'm struggling. All the people have those worries, all the people are struggling. But the strange thing is, we don't talk about it. And like Kevin Briel describes very beautiful in his TED Talk, when you are struggling with a broken arm or a broken leg, then everybody runs towards you to help you and to check if you're okay. But if you are struggling with a broken brain or a broken mind because you're struggling there and you have worries, then everybody runs away. And that's just the strange thing. For me, it has a lot to do with the fact that we don't know how to react on it. We don't want to give people our problem, and people don't know how to react with it because you don't want to, you don't want to be confronted with your own struggles. So that's the reason why in many cases we just ignore it. And mostly something happens like, if you meet someone, then it's like hey, how are you doing? And then you're just answering in a very flat way from, oh, I'm fine, how are you doing? So you're actually not going into the question, you are putting it back to the other person. But imagine what it could be if somebody steps up to you and asks hey, how are you doing? And you can tell it in a very sincere way that you say you know what, at this moment, not that good. I'm struggling. And that the other person just replies I hear you, man. I know what you mean. I'm struggling too. That builds such a deep connection. And with that deep connection, then you can go on and then you can do something else. But that's hard because then you have to be vulnerable and then you have to show it like it really is. And in many cases, if you are vulnerable and if you share it like it really is, then people think that it's an invitation to do something and that they immediately have to react on it. But that's not the case. We can just acknowledge it. We can just acknowledge the fact that we're all struggling and that that's okay. There is a very beautiful poem of Leo Buscaglia, and I'm going to read it for you because for me it indicates in a very good way how you can react and how to give the space that all those struggles deserve. So here is the poem. When I ask you to listen to me and you start giving advice, you have not done what I asked. When I ask you to listen to me and you begin to tell me why I shouldn't feel that way, you are trampling on my feelings. When I ask you to listen to me and you feel you have to do something to solve my problems, you have failed me, strange as that may seem. So please, just listen and hear me. And if you want to talk, wait a few moments for your turn. And I promise I will listen to you. That's very easy, but that's just the way it is. To build that empathic connection, to really give room to the struggles, which doesn't mean that you immediately have to solve it, that you immediately have to do something with it. And it also doesn't mean that suddenly when we meet someone and we express our struggles, that we suddenly have to talk the other person through our entire lives. No, it's just being open. That was my one insight for this week. I hope you gain some insight from it too, that you can do something with it, that you can apply it somewhere over the next week, that you can give the space that is needed to all those struggles, that you can acknowledge it for other people, and that we can just say to each other, you know, I hear you. And next week, I will be back with a new insight. Bye.